This is for all the straight single men, specifically in Sydney. Where are you? No, seriously. If you're not on the dating apps, where are you? Like, where do you go to meet women? Where are you? Because all my single girlfriends cannot seem to meet single guys. Like, where are you hiding out? I've gone to bars. I've gone to churches, clubs. I've joined sporting events. I still can't meet single guys. Every guy I have met in Sydney is in a relationship. I don't understand it. With all the people in the city, where are the single guys? Have you just given up? Do you just not go out? Do you just rather prefer male company? Are you just working to survive Sydney? Like, please comment below and tell me, where do you go out? Like, specifically, is there a bar? Is there an area? Is there a club? I need to know, because it is just getting so frustrating sitting on a dating app swiping. I want to meet people in the real world. So comment below, where in Sydney? Where are you? Where are you hiding? Where do you go out? Where do you meet?
I found where they're all hiding out. I found where all the good men are. The single good men. They are in the house. They are going to work. They're going to the gym in that rotation. And they're not on dating apps. They're not outside. They're not at clubs. They're not at bars. They're inside the house. And they're working on themselves. They're putting all of their energy into themselves to make themselves the best version of themselves they could possibly be, and the best version of a partner they can possibly be for somebody else. Tried and tested. Tried and tested. So you know how you find them? You don't go knocking on their doors. I mean, maybe. But you need to strategize by asking friends, coworkers, family members who are in relationships that you admire. You need to ask men who you admire. And you need to say, do you have any friends, brothers, cousins that are single that you think you could hook me up with? Trust me. Make it your duty to reach out to 3 people over the next week whom you admire and ask, do you have someone that you can hook me up with? I promise you something good might come out of it. And if everyone's like, oh no, I don't know anyone, keep asking. Expand that list. Expand that list, baby girl.
A video for all the single men out there. If you're single, can you stay around? Just stick around. If you're not single, just scroll past, because this isn't for you, okay? All right, so single men. I just need to know and understand, because I have a couple of single friends and I'm like constantly trying to help them find a good guy. And like, one predicament that I feel like a lot of single girls have is like, a lot of single girls aren't in the club. And the club typically used to be where you would meet a guy. Like, I even write songs about it, like out in the club and got somebody's hands on me and all this kind of stuff. Like, that's what us songwriters write about a lot. But I feel like, honestly, these days, are you even in the club? Like, a lot of people aren't in the club like they used to be in the club. And so, single guys, if you're not in the club, where do you be? Where are you? Because I'm struggling with like how to advise my single girlfriends on where to find a good guy. Are you online? Are you in the grocery store? Are you in the library? Are you like busy at work? Are you on public transport? Like, where is a really good place to meet a good single guy these days? Like, I'm just asking for a friend.
Are all the good single men being held in captivity somewhere? Where are we meeting decent men? Like, guys who are actually ready for a relationship. I was out with my girlfriends last night. We're all young. We're all hot. We have hobbies. We have careers. We go to workout classes. We're thriving out and about baddies. And we can't seem to find decent single men.
If you want a boyfriend, the only thing you need to do is move to San Francisco. You don't have to do anything else after that. I was there this weekend. Every single man was hot and tall and successful. There were no other types of men. Every single solitary one. And there were thousands of them, and there were no women. I've never seen anything like it. I don't totally understand why it's like that, but that's where you find a husband, I guess. So you're welcome. And in fact, I was so confused that I asked some of the men about it. And I was like, how's dating here? And almost every single one was like, I really want a girlfriend, but it's really hard to find single women here. Is this true? Like, does anyone live there? And can you verify this?
What do men want? This is something that I hear a lot from my relationship coaching clients. Hi, my name's Erin Bentley. I'm a total relationship coach, and I have been doing this work with clients for 16 years. Singles, couples, family mediation, I do it all. I was talking to a client today. to a male client that I coach, single guy, and he said something remarkable. And so for those of you who date men, you might find this interesting. We were talking about, his exes and what he's looking for. And I've talked to this guy a lot. We've done a lot of work together. And he said the following: I just want to be like, with somebody who, whether I'm at a concert or a sports event, or maybe I've, taken a few days off in Costa Rica, whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to just be like looking around and going, wow, if she was here, this would be even better, right? He's looking for a woman who, has certain qualities. Everybody's looking for that when they're dating, right? They're looking for certain qualities. I encourage you to look for qualifications as well as qualities. I'll say more about that in my other videos. But this guy, he's looking for somebody who, when she's with him, this guy's handsome, professional, financially independent, fun guy, good heart, wants a family, wants a committed relationship. He wants to get married and have a family. And so, those are all things that my female clients are looking for, female clients who date men. But this guy's looking for somebody who, whatever he's doing, whether it's a road trip or, seeing a movie, whatever it is, that the quality of that is better when his partner is there with him. That life is more enjoyable when they're together. I've given him the lowdown on what parenting young children is like, as much as you can for anybody who hasn't become a parent yet. But I thought some of y'all might find that interesting. That, there are handsome, single, emotionally well-adjusted, guys who are committed to personal growth and development, who hire a coach. There are guys like that out there who are financially independent and want to get married, want to settle down, want to have children. He's looking for a really, really dynamic, interesting woman to share those adventures with. And once, as I was able to articulate, or help him to articulate, wants a depth of connection in his life that he hasn't found yet. So for those of you who are dating who are like, oh my God, those guys don't exist, or they're all gay, or this. No, they're out there. I coach some of those guys. They do exist. They're not unicorns. They're out there. So if you're happy being single and you date, you don't want to date, man, that's great. But if you are searching, those guys are out there. I'm curious to know what you think, though. Hit me down below in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Take care now, y'all.
Well, this is not a shocker. Despite what a lot of modern women believe, men continue to tell you that a lot of these guys, even though they're not perfect, they're good guys. They're good dudes. Hey, check this guy out here. You might like him. This guy is financially independent. He wants to get married. He says things that women want to hear. Man, if I were in Costa Rica or out on vacation or whatever it was, can I look around and say, wow, this would be even better with her? Unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, you can't really say that because they're a terror to be around. They're absolutely horrendous to be around. And even when you try to give them tips and tricks and pointers on how to not be so terrible, they don't listen to you because they think that they're the prize and the only prize in the relationship. They think that all roads lead to them. And by default, when y'all start going back and forth about, well, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. Well, at the end of the day, you want to sleep with me. You want my body. So by default, I'm the prize. No. Once again, you're not the prize. And I'm sad that you have that attitude like that. And this date will be ending right now. Please bring a check. We keep on telling you guys, there are men like this over and over again. But y'all don't want to listen. That's why y'all not finding them. They've already peeped you and what you're about, and you, without you even seeing them.
Okay, this video is for my single men. Kids, no kids, I don't care. I'm pushing 40 at this point. Where do y'all hang out? Do you guys approach anyone that's not like in a bar or club setting? Like, I would love to know. I have not been on a dating app in almost a year, and that may or may not be my last date. Because my last date was somebody I met on a dating app, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm not doing it. Like, I know there's men out there, all right, good ones, I know, but I have yet to find them. Okay?
And a lot of them are not on dating apps. So that's why I cut them off. I've been getting more into my faith. I'm just being to like God, sending me someone in front of my face because I'm in my feminine energy and I'm not pursuing. It's masculine. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, this question is for you guys. Like, we're women want you, okay? But we don't have time for the BS. Like, we just don't. So you're a single man or single. Why am I even? No baby mom, no wife that you're like kind of broken up with, like completely single. Where do you guys hang out? Because I spend time like during the day, out and about by myself, and I have yet to really like meet anyone. Every time I see a decent looking guy, there's his woman trailing behind him. Because I sure don't see y'all at parks. Do you guys just hibernate during the day at home and then you go out at night? Do you guys like go out with your kids or something, or just alone? Or do you like order stuff because you don't want to be out and about by yourself? I don't know. Let me know.
Guy here says, we're at home, not looking or interested. Another guy says, I'm avoiding headaches, been out of the house a couple of times. And my God is what he said. Another guy says, home, I'm sleeping, avoiding all of the BS. Another guy says, at work, Home Depot, once in a while after work, we go home or we hang out with our children. Men don't tend to be in your faces. They tend to move about society, the average man, not the man that you guys like to see in the movies. They tend to move in society pretty silently. You might see them working when you get there. And you might see them cut out the lights when they're leaving from work and going home. You might see them get up and take a bathroom break or go get some coffee or take a water break or come back in with some lunch or leave to go on a lunch break and just kind of chilling. You might see them or hear them here and there, just eating a snack here and there, chilling, doing whatever it is. But they're probably not going to engage unless you show yourself as somebody who's friendly and it's not a threat, which most modern women are today threats. They're threats with the way that they talk, the way that they move about society, a bona fide threat, a bona fide risk, a high risk individual to be talking to. And once again, we point back to the Lean In study, the McKinsey study that says we were expecting by this time that women would be advancing left and right. But now we're looking at it and we're seeing that a lot of these women feel like they're stuck and even going backwards in their corporate jobs. Why do you think that is? Well, because of #MeToo, #BelieveAllWomen. And so now you have to have conversations and ask questions like, where are all the good men? I'm at the house. I'm sleeping. I'm avoiding all of the BS. I don't want any headaches. I might go to Home Depot. I might be chilling with my children. Anything and everything other than being around modern women, Western women, women who have showed themselves worthy, or I should say, they've showed their ability to cause issues, drama, and chaos everywhere they go. Men are avoiding those situations and spaces.
Just back from a walk with my friend Holly. She's always enlightening. Anyway, she had some very interesting information on where to find single men. Just before I let you know what that is, you should know that she has some serious cred. 3 weddings and a funeral. So, here's Holly. Where do you think the best place to meet a guy is?
Produce section, Whole Foods, 5 o'clock. Don't get there at 3. They're not there. 5. Gorgeous guys all come in, have no idea how to get a mango and cantaloupe or a piece of cheese. So go there, hang around, and you'll meet a ton of gorgeous men.
Not that I'm looking to meet a guy. Oh, I I've got to go. It's 10 to 5. And, well, places to go, people to meet.
Dallas, Texas has been rated the worst city to date in 3 years in a row. The girls are wondering where they can find men, and I've got a list of places where I think you can meet them. These are places that I've been to personally where I've been approached by single men. I would not be doing y'all justice if I didn't put down golf courses. I'm a cart girl. I know it personally. Go to the golf courses. And I'm not even going to put a specific one because there's literally hundreds in Texas. Go to a golf course, and if it's a private golf course, you can still go. Just go to the restaurant. Every single golf course is going to have a restaurant. Go to your golf course restaurant. I would recommend going from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast because golfers are going to go get something to eat before they tee off. And golfers usually want to go and get it out the way first thing in the morning. So go from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast. But if you're not an early riser, I would recommend going from 1 to 4. That's when they're going to be finished with their round and they're going in for lunch, dinner. Do not go to a golf course restaurant from 5 to like 9 because that's when they're going to dinner with their wives. Golf courses. Go to the golf courses. I'm telling you, I'm a cart girl. I literally get hit on by golfers all day long. Go to the golf courses. Yes, some of them will be married and they will try and hit on you. But there are mixed in single ones. And if there aren't, they will, I'm telling you, they will try and put you on with their sons, their grandsons. Go to the golf courses and become a regular. Now, I'm not a football girly, but I am a basketball girly. The American Airlines Center Lounge. The lounges, they have like a tequila lounge, a bourbon lounge, and I think they have a vodka one. I'm not sure, but I've been to the tequila one. There be some pressure. There's pressure in there. I walked in with a group of my friends one time. We just walked in. Every eye was on us. They were looking at us. We were in there for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And we had guys staring at us, about to buy us drinks. We had to get out of there. I'm not drinking right now. Leave me alone. Go to American Airlines Center. They have cheap tickets. You don't need to be up front to meet these men. The men your age probably don't have the money either. It doesn't even matter. Buy a ticket with your friends and go to the lounge. Look cute. Wear a cute little outfit. Have a drink. Go and organically you will meet people, and there's so many bars around American Airlines Center where people go after the game. I'm telling you, you'll meet people. Just be social, be happy, be fun, and you're gonna meet somebody. That being said, one thing I noticed as well with the lounges is there aren't a lot of girls there. You wanna go somewhere where you're not outnumbered, where, not to say that competition or anything like that, but naturally, if there's 50 girls and 10 guys, the chances of you meeting somebody organically isn't gonna happen unless you're like the prettiest girl in the world. At these lounges, I've noticed it's typically mostly men. Even in the games in general, it's typically mostly men, and the women that are there are with a guy. Go to the game. Just go to the game. Please just trust me. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that men love live music, especially if it's free. So I've got some live music bars listed that I've been to several times where I've been approached. Sidecar Social in Addison or Frisco, they usually have a live band. You can check their calendar for which specific days, but they also do live band karaoke, which I think is so much fun. I'm a karaoke girly. I love karaoke. But Bedford Ice House as well. Bedford Ice House also has a live band, but I don't think they have karaoke. With that being said, for these live music bands, make sure you look cute, go with your friends, have a couple drinks. If you don't drink, don't drink. But don't be that one girl who's sitting on the side judging the girls that are dancing along to the band. Don't be that girl who's judging the band. Be a beautiful spirit and beautiful things will be attracted to you, you know? So go to these live music bands. Even if you have to, like, I feel like it's more socially acceptable too at these live music places if you see a cute guy to approach him. Especially if you're tipsy, like everyone's having a good time, everyone's vibing at live music venues. It's always such a good vibe. I promise you'll have fun with your friends. Try this out. And I'm gonna list it one more time because y'all didn't listen to me last time. Freaking Eatsies! Go to Eatsies! I know I got so much hate for saying that last time, but I'm telling you, I literally went today with my best friend. We went to freaking Eatsies, and she literally saw the cutest guy. He was staring at her. They had a whole freaking conversation over the roasted turkey. She ate her lunch in front of him, and I could just tell he wanted to ask her out. But I was with her. He was too scared. He probably thought we were a couple. Go to Eatsies by yourself and enjoy your lunch. Become a regular. Meet the people. Go to freaking Eatsies. I'm tired of telling you guys this. Eatsies, or even just sandwich spots. Freaking Jason's Deli. Go to Jason's Deli. Go to, not Subway. Don't go to Subway. But anything like Eatsies
these businessmen love. If you're into businessmen, go to Eatsies or anything similar. If it's a market/bakery or, go to Eatsies.
So you see women making videos like this, and the problem with it is that they're not there for the right reasons. They're not really there to find somebody that they actually like. They're just trying to find a rich man to take away all of their problems. It's essentially a get rich quick scheme. You don't really like, oh, they might be married. Yeah, well, if you're looking for validation, then it doesn't matter if they're flirting with you, married or not. That's what you want. Some of y'all don't even care about being a side piece. If it gets you the attention from the man that you want, it don't matter to you. Somebody says, as a person who works at the Star, I can confirm with Sidecar in Frisco, we're talking about in Dallas, I always see some girlies getting approached. Some girlies. What girlies are getting approached? What do the girlies look like? Because y'all are gonna have these women looking any kind of way, walking in there thinking that these men are going to entertain them, and it's not going to work. I'm telling you, do not listen to this advice unless you belong there, unless you actually go in there to like golf or have something to do. Go do something else. You're in there taking up space. Seriously.
One of the most frustrating things about trying to date in Chicago is you go on the apps, you swipe, you say no, because no. And then you go outside and you walk down Wells and you're like, oh my God, there's so many cuties, but like, where are you? Where are you? Ugh!
So you guys know the creator Brand Flakes. On his latest podcast, he was like, where are the hot liberal men? And the women in the comments were like, they're already married because they were mature enough to get wives. So, Brand, if you're watching this, please set up a singles event calling out to the hot liberal men. Thank you.
What you don't seem to understand is it doesn't matter where they are or what they're doing. They're not involved with you. They're not worried about what you got going on. That's the most important thing.
Ladies, forget the club. I'm going to tell you where you're going to find your man at. I'm going to tell you where your man is at. He's at the grocery store. He's down to the Kroger's, okay? Let me tell you something. Forget the club. You don't want no man that's addicted to that nightlife. It ain't nothing worse than freshly divorced men that's out here hurt and on the prowl looking for some ass. Absolutely not. Let me tell you where you want to go. It's Kroger. You want to go early in the morning, but pretty much any time of day, you're going to see some men in there and they going to be shopping. They shopping. And you can end up in the cart, huh? And it's easy. You can see what kind of car they drove up in. That's one thing. And you can tell if they married because if their wife sent them to the store, they gonna be walking around with a little list and looking confused. They might ask you where something is because they don't know. Some lady done sent them here. You could go ahead and stay away from them if you want to. But the single men is at the store because they got to come do the shopping themselves. They got to come do the shopping themselves. They don't got nobody at home to cook for them. So you could tell by what they got in their basket. It's like one piece of fruit, some energy drinks or something, maybe some something healthy old men eat. You know, some cantaloupe or something. I don't know, but I'm telling you, forget going out. Forget that late night stuff. Your man's in them, Zaddy them is at the grocery store. Don't say I ain't gave you nothing.
Where are my good men? Where are the good men at? Because we got girls out here that have been putting themselves out there in dating and they're tainted. These men out here, these ratchet men have been tainting the love of girls, and we need to see the good men. Where are the good, respectful men out there?
So if you're over 30 and single, listen to my rant, please. Where do you find guys? And don't tell me online dating. No, I'm not going to believe you. If you just go, hey, online dating, found them on Bumble. Yeah, so did 3 of my best friends. Like Hinge, Bumble, and Tinder, actually. But like, not now. Not in 2023. We're not finding people online. Like, they just want our money. They don't want our love. So where do you meet them? And then I've been getting TikToks. It's like, leave the house. It's like, okay, I'll leave the house. Where am I going?
Where are the men in San Francisco? Where are they? Not for me.
Where do single men between the ages of 28 and 40 go on Saturdays? And I don't mean like a specific restaurant or a specific location. I mean, generally speaking. Are they at the gym? Are they at a bar watching football? Are they on a hike? Are they at home doing additional work? Are they at the driving range? Are they getting brunch with their friends? What does a 28 to 40-year-old single man's typical Saturday look like? Because I can tell you what a Saturday for a 28 to 40-year-old single woman looks like. As part of my fall of outdoors, I'm trying to integrate experiences where I get to meet the male species. Every time that I've tried to do that, the places that I end up tend to be proliferated with 24-year-old men screaming at a television about football. For example, my Saturday looks like this. I wake up, I take my dog on a walk, I try to get in a gym class of some sort, Pilates, some kind of stretching class, I take a shower, make a cup of coffee, make my breakfast, and then I try and do about 2 hours of either work or personal errands. And then from about 12 p.m. until approximately 5 p.m. I try and do something social with my friends. We'll go to a bar to watch a football game, go to the beach for the afternoon, whatnot. And then I typically stay in on Saturday night, order in DoorDash, watch a movie, have a glass of wine, and go to bed. That's the male equivalent of that, so I know where to find you guys during the period of 12 to 5.
Okay, so I have a genuine question. Where in this day and age do you find men? Good actual men. Tinder, no. Hinge, no. Bumble, that's a joke. Co-workers, no. That is banned. That is a joke as well. Uni, no. Don't be ridiculous. I don't reckon you'd find someone at a bar or clubbing. No. Festival, also no. Also, do I have the money to go to a festival every month? No. Genuinely, where do you find men? Where do you find your men?
Nowhere. In my dreams.
In your dreams.
Yes, yep.
I am telling you, I literally moved states from Tasmania to Melbourne. Maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll find a man here. No, wrong. Absolutely wrong. Am I meant to move countries? Probably. Probably we'll find one on the coast of Greece. I don't know. Croatia or something. Maybe someone in Paris. I don't know. Definitely not in Melbourne. Am I just meant to go for a stroll along the beach and then find the love of my life? Probably not. Am I meant to find them at a supermarket? No. I'm sorry. Yeah. If you have a boyfriend, where did you find this? If you have a good boyfriend, I know lots of boyfriends. Where did you find your man? Probably all the good ones are gone. You know what I mean? There are a lot of men in this world. Half of them, the other half are gay, and then half of them are I don't know, a different transgender or something. So probably all the good ones are gone. Yeah, man, I hate men. Goodbye. That is my 2 cents on men and why 2024 is for the girls.
We're back, and we are looking for a husband. Today we are here in the record store because we love a man who likes music.
Already gave you the time.
So men don't approach women anymore because they're often referred to as creeps and they're scared of rejection. It's something that I hear a lot of. And I wanted to personally speak to this because I have a lot to say, because I am the biggest supporter of men being men and men pursuing women. Okay, so I'll preface this by saying that. But the problem is, a lot of men pursue women knowing that that woman is not interested in them. And therefore it leads to this negative culture with it. I could speak from my personal experience. I am a very respectful person. For the most part, any person that has ever approached me, tried to pursue me, that I knew I was not interested in, that person did not leave thinking about, oh, I've been rejected, what a terrible experience, they were never felt like a creep, none of that. However, I cannot tell you how many times I had been diplomatic or respectful about the decline, and it has led me to being borderline harassed. Whatever the reason may be at the time that I had rejected these people, I have heard things along the lines of not caring that I was in a relationship, or insinuating that my relationship is not going to work out or not serious. I have been told, don't worry, I like guys, so don't worry about it. It was just clearly a lie. I've been told so many things under the sun. I've had people follow me. I've had people grab me.
like while walking to stop me. I've had a man grab me, right? So this is where you start to have this negative perception about this idea of being approached. And so the issue lies in the fact of men being able to decipher when a woman is genuinely interested, especially when that woman is very, very clear with her intentions. When someone says, I'm not interested, I'm not available, no, anything alluding to the fact of no or not interested needs to be taken with thank you, have a nice day. And that's how we create respectful encounters with approaches. And that's all it takes. And I think it's just certain people that overdo it and give a negative kind of perception of it based on the fact that they have no idea how to read social cues, or they just don't care to, and that's a huge problem. And that's my 2 cents.
So you got a guy here in the comments that says, pursuing a bill is crazy. Another guy says, as an attorney, I always advise men to refrain from approaching women, especially strangers, because there is no relief for a misinterpreted approach which is publicly recorded and broadcast in a defamatory manner. And this is why you can't find any good men, because the good men want to remain good. They want to remain out of bad situations, and they want to remain in good situations. You know where a good, safe place is? At the house. When I go to work, unless it's pretty much all men, it's going to be in my office, in my own little space. When I go to the gym, I'm going to be in my own corner, away from you guys. Y'all get this confused with men not liking women, men being afraid of women, men being afraid of rejection. It's not that. It's not that at all, actually. It's just that men avoid risk. And they're calculating always, whether it's you or another situation, they're always calculating in different environments what the risk might be. And unfortunately for you guys, y'all don't truly seem to understand that men are done going into high-risk situations where they come out the loser on the other side. That's just how it is, to be honest.
Where are my good men? Where are the good men at? Because we got girls out here that have been putting themselves out there in dating, and they're tainted. These men out here, these ratchet men, have been tainting the love of girls, and we need to see the good men. Where are the good, respectful men out there?
Okay. I have some thoughts about why I don't think men approach women, specifically in New York City. Maybe I can generalize to all metropolitan cities in general. This is coming from a girl who has been in a long-term relationship for over 5 years. So if that triggers you, please scroll, because fair, I don't have like actual in the field experience with this. But I have noticed this with all my friends who are majority single in New York. And when I go out with them, even large groups of women, which I know are very intimidating, I wouldn't approach a large group of women either. And also small groups of women, like I'm talking like 2 or 3 girls, where it's a more approachable number of women. Why I think this is not happening as often as we would like, or historically, is because I think women just have more autonomy now. I believe like back in the 1900s, 1800s, women couldn't own land, couldn't vote, didn't even think they could ever have a career. That never crossed their minds. They were trad wives living at home, supporting their husband, raising children, birthing children. Yes, of course, like many women still do that, and as they should and are, it's totally fine. But a reason why I don't think men are approaching women these days is because we're equaling the playing field. We have careers. We are basically attaining what men also want, which is success. Many are businesswomen. Sometimes we can make more than men. You know, these things are happening. It's real. We aren't just spending time at home. We aren't just focusing on
getting married and raising children, and specifically in New York City and metropolitan cities, it's just like there's a larger population of women who aren't as focused as being a stay-at-home wife as maybe somewhere, another city. Therefore, when man and women enter a bar, man probably doesn't feel like a woman is as accessible to them. And this could be a total generalization. So, I mean, please don't like be mean, but I really do believe men are mostly intimidated by women because women have more autonomy now. And I'm not pro-feminist. I'm not like, raw, we hate men. I really just do believe the playing fields are equal. And I also put the pressure on women too. I'm like, I think we should be going up to men. Like, if it really is, if those of you who are complaining that men are not approaching you, like, yes, I don't really believe chivalry is dead, but it's really dwindling. I think you guys should take it upon yourself to approach men as well. I think being your true and most authentic form of yourself is the most important way to attract a man that is compatible to you. Always be yourself. But number two, I really do think men like confident women. And also, if you're attracted to a woman that's confident, like, you guys are going to find each other if a woman's approaching you. So all this to say is I don't think men are approaching women in New York City and other cities because we're equals. And I think they're intimidated. And also everybody fears rejection, but rejection is probably more feasible these days because we got our own bag. So
Guy here in the comments says, nothing to gain and everything to lose. Another guy says, women have spent the last decade plus telling men to never approach you in public, so we listened. Has nothing to do with being intimidated, right? Another guy says, it's important to remember that you can be special or equal, but not both. Interesting. Another guy says, approach a girl in a group of 7 is like the ultimate challenge. Right. And if you know, as a woman, you would be intimidated, or however you want to put it, that, hey man, we got a group of people. I don't know if I want to approach. I don't know if it's what people don't understand. What I guess some modern women don't understand is that it's normal for somebody to look at a group of people and be like, whoa, that's a lot of people. And the implication is they're not going to accept me. I'm a stranger. I'm an outsider. So immediately their defenses are going to be up. But if you want to be approached, you have to be friendly. You have to send signals that you might be open to being friends with this person. We're going to get to the romantic stuff in a minute, but I can be a friend to you. I'm a friendly person. That's what you have to be open to. And a lot of modern women are not that. They're not open to that. And so a man says, well, I mean, the chances are she's not going to be nice. She's not going to be pleasant. She's not going to be somebody that, you know, has a conversation that I want to hear about tonight. I'm here to have a good time. And I would love to approach a girl, love to get her number. But if it's not in the cards, most men are like, if it's not in the cards, it's not in the cards. I'm not going to force it. I don't care to force it. I don't want to force it. It's not worth it. I'd rather go home happy. I get me a drink, maybe something to eat. I look around for a little bit and I go home. I went out. I feel great. Maybe I'll do it again sometime, but I'm not about to sit up here and humiliate myself just so I can validate you.
It's comments like these, okay? Why don't men approach women anymore? Here you go, ladies, take it up with her. Okay, there's a difference between approaching someone and making a comment, expecting a certain reaction because men just want a reaction, right? If I'm casually walking by, minding my business, there is no need to make any sly comments. And the thing is, if they do, and I choose to ignore them because that is my right to ignore people, you know, if I don't want to speak to them, if I don't want to give them my energy, and all of a sudden, I'm the stupid bitch. All of a sudden, I'm the ugly ass. When just 2 seconds ago, you're like, oh, hey, you're so hot, da da da. But the moment I ignore them, they're like, oh, well, you know what, you stuck up ugly ass anyway. So clearly, the reason why they're making comments is not just to compliment or whatever. It's to get a reaction, and when they don't receive the reaction that they want, all of a sudden they feel the need to attack because they feel emasculated, because they feel like, oh, she's not gonna give me her attention. No, I don't owe you. Nobody owes you. Nobody owes anybody. Okay, like It's comical, honestly, it's comical. Yeah, and obviously any of the men who complain on here is the type of men that does do these weird catcalling things, okay?
So apparently this guy says here in the comments, because you have the comment on screen that says, in quotes, why don't men approach women anymore? Here you go, ladies, take it up with her. And then he comes back on here and he says, honestly, I didn't finish watching your video before I commented. I agree. Anyone who goes from, hey, gorgeous, to you're ugly, they're pathetic. And you're right. You don't owe anybody anything. I'm replying specifically to the very beginning where you made it clear you don't want anyone to approach you. And I know my dress. And when she said, basically, I know my dress is cute. I don't need you to tell me that part. Okay. That's what he's responding to. Instead of approach me respectfully, you're stating, don't approach me. That's my point. The rest, I agree with you. So I'm not going to watch the other video that she has here because quite frankly, I don't care. The other video is probably her talking about probably being rude, which most modern women are. Being rude, the man says, hey, how you doing? And then she said, don't talk to me. When you have an attitude like this, I don't owe anybody my time. No, you don't, but you could say hi. You guys, once again, we don't call women losers enough. They sit up here and talk about how they're social and how they can read a room and communicate effectively. Do you guys understand that as a part of society, effective communication would be, hey, how you doing? You might not know that person, or you might say, hey, thanks, I appreciate that. You might not know that person, but that just makes people in society feel like it's back in the old days where people would tip their hat or how do you do? Just a short smile and good day. Hey, good morning. Top of the morning to you. Number 4, please. Or, hey, how you doing? Great to see you. Floor 1, please. It's just common courtesy. Just being a nice, normal, everyday human being. But you guys don't seem to understand how you contribute to the collapse in society and the division in society where you're talking like this and quite honestly and truly talking crazy for no reason.
I've said this before and I'll say it again, but a lot of women didn't want to hear it when I said it before. A top tier man, a true top tier man, a true gentleman, they don't approach on a norm. But when they do approach a woman, right, it is like of quality, right? Because he is a man of quality, right? And you'll be able to notice that and you'll be able to tell that, this is the type of man that, he's not going to be, when he's in a relationship with you, he's not going to step out and he's not going to cheat on you. A man that approaches every woman that he sees as sport, because that's what he do. He just like to approach women as sport, like chances are, even if he's in a relationship with you, he gonna approach every woman while being in a relationship with you, right? Like that's a lot of times how it goes, which is why I said and made the statement of a lot of men that don't always approach women. They're very intentional on who they approach, and they're very respectful towards women in general, and they will be respectful to you in the relationship. It has nothing to do with a man being gay. A man not approaching a woman doesn't approach women because he's gay. Y'all gotta stop saying that shit. Like, honestly, you're being disrespectful to gay women when you say that, when you do that.
I just want to talk about the men not approaching women thing. If you are a man and you are watching this, you have to be not afraid to be rejected. That's part of the game. That's part of being a man. You have to be okay with being rejected. You can't be a beta. You have to go up to women and be fine if she says no. That's it. And it's not a reflection on you. She's just not into you if she says no. But go up to women. If you see a cute girl at the gym, there's ways you can go up to women that aren't creepy. Like, you can be like, hey, do you need a spot? Like, say something about their form, or just say hi. Just say hi. It's so easy. If a girl is looking at you at a bar, go up to her. She wants you. If you see a cute girl at a bar, go up to her. You don't even have to buy her a drink. Just say hi. Compliment something about what she's wearing. Compliment,
her hair, anything. It's not that hard. It's very easy. You just have to be not scared of getting rejected is the thing. That is part of being a man. So what? You want us to go up to you? So the girls have to not be scared to get rejected? That's what it's come to? No. As a man, you're the one that has to put yourself out there and be okay getting rejected. That's the risk that you take by being a man. So man up, everyone. Pull up your pants, find your man card, okay? Because I think you lost it. And go up to a girl this weekend.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men, this post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence, and that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested, and then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know? Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine, and it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but I think that might help. I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community. And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more. And I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person. And I just don't want to lose that as a humanity.
So you have a guy here in the comments that says, I'm 5'8", and I never thought that was a problem until I got made fun of for it by women shorter than me. Didn't know that was a problem until women shorter than me started making fun of me for being short, and they're taller than them. That's the type of stuff that happens out here. Modern women will make fun of a man because he's shorter. He's a short. Yeah, oh, he's short. You're shorter than me. They'll make fun of a man because he doesn't look great, but y'all are on the same level, gang. Y'all look about the same. Y'all should be together. Modern women's ego is through the roof nowadays.